Hello and happy gaming, everybody. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and today we're going to be testing out another very interesting combination of skills. And I'm not even going to necessarily say skills, because it's mostly about relics. See, what we have here is Tempo to decrease our cooldowns and increase our run speed, Tozy's Pocket Watch in order to reduce our cooldowns even further. Now, I've heard that let's see if we can find it first. We're probably gonna have to go back and forth a few times. But if you take Chaotic Pendulum with this combination, you get almost instantaneous cooldowns. And I would like to try this because I am a crazy person. But also, it's one of those things that I just haven't tried yet. Like all the things that I've tried in this game, and this just isn't one of them. So, yeah, let's give this a shot. I'll probably have more fun with this than the Death Scythe run, but at the same time, I'm not going to say that the Death Scythe run wasn't worth anything. First of all, I still cleared it, so eh. Second of all, it was kind of, speaking of Death Scythe, and second of all, it was informative at the very least. Your damage goes way the hell up as your health keeps getting lower and lower. You just gotta find ways to mitigate that health loss. Okay, why is the Chaotic Pendulum not showing up? Come on. I'd actually like to play the run, you know. Game's like, heh, you'll play the run when we say you can, bitch. Also increases enemy damage and speed. But look at that, minus 75% cooldown? Woo! Oh my goodness. Yes, I am drinking a bottle of water, because right now, our water is off due to needing to fix something in the plumbing. Alright, so we're going to see just how crazy the cooldown reduction is with this build. Okay, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely stupid. But I am definitely taking more damage. So, that just means I'll have to be a little extra careful. Alright, so, with this in mind, and just how damn fast I can cast my spells, I would love to see some sort of damage up or something along those lines, but first... Get out of here. Okay, this build is just ridiculous. Like, I don't even need a basic. I could have come in here with friggin', you know, rock slaps. Which, I don't know why I said rock slaps. I clearly meant to say stone fist. Okay, so... You also, the faster the cooldown of the spell you're using normally, the quicker you get to cast it again. Like, I don't even need to wait for the full cooldown on Tracer Barrage, and I can send it out before the initial Tracers have even come back. Now, the danger is, of course, that the enemies are faster and doing more damage. So you just gotta be cognizant of the enemies. That having been said, I'm kinda tempted to take Knockout Boulder just so I can rapid fire rocks. stupid wizard with your horse head. You look ridiculous. Yeah, you're a dork. Oh, that's some mighty brave words for you to be saying when you're within range of my rocks. Okay, this is just ridiculous. You know what? Yes, I will take Anchor of Burden. That's going to be a plus 10% to my damage. And yes, it is also hitting me a little bit in my movement speed. I'm just not sure I care. Rock machine gun! I mean, yes, it is. It's actually more like a semi-auto sniper rifle, but still. Oh yeah, this is fun. This is fun. Like, yeah, I'm taking 25% more damage, but you see in how fast I get to cast my spells. I can use an infinite combo, oh my goodness. And the ease of use just goes up enormously. Alright, so I definitely see why people wanted me to try this out, because this is dumb. Like, not in a bad way, this is just wow. God, I hate explosive barrels. Should have followed my first instinct and just gotten rid of them the moment I stepped into the room. Yeah, with this setup, you basically don't need a basic. That's why I didn't even bother upgrading Air Spinner. I just don't think it's necessary with this build. Now, with different robe combinations, there's some interesting things you could set up with this build. Like, if I were to take Fury, that would essentially cancel out the penalty for Tozi's Pocket Watch, and allow me to use my signature way more frequently. Hi, birds. And here they go getting mad at me for doing my recording. Yes, I hear you. Yeah, this is just nuts. I didn't know I could get my cooldown this low. Which should tell you that I typically play the game like one or two different ways, so... What do we got here? Could take something like Blazing Bolt and just bunny hop my way across a battlefield. Woohoo! Oh, what fun. Alright, so now my mind is racing to come up with even more applications for the essentially no cooldown build. Yeah, who needs anything else? Yes, once again, Unicorn Disguise. I get this a lot. And I mean, mean, I see no reason not to take Aura with me. I don't know. I'm going to... Well, I mean, I'm not doing anything else with my money. Hello, Aura. Lovely little wind sprite. Alright. I'm gonna have to be careful on the later levels. I don't want to completely screw myself over with this build just because, you know, I can cast my spells fast. Doesn't mean I should let my guard down. Now, one thing I'm curious about with this build, spells that get charges like Aqua Beam, how quickly do they... How quickly do they get their charges back with this build? I am kind of duffing a little bit. There we go. There's a nice little combo. I don't really want the Whirling Wind agents. Although now that I think about it again, if I'm not too worried about building up my signature in the first place, maybe using Whirling Wind agents would have been just fine. Okay, I've got to start paying more attention to my enemies. I can't let them keep getting pot shots off on me like this. Oh, you son of a bitch. Yes, pay more attention to what your enemies are doing, genius. You lose this run, you're gonna look like a dumbass, because this is an absurdly overpowered run. Yeah, the enemies might be doing an extra 25% damage. Shouldn't matter when you can cast your spells as fast as I'm What are you, Tipsy Gladius? But halves my critical hit chance. Okay. I might end up taking that, actually, just because of this and the idea that it's not my critical hit chance I'm super worried about. But if I find a relic that'll be really good for my critical hit chance, I'm certainly not going to say no, which is why I'm holding off. You'll have to forgive me, I'm not used to being able to just spam a single spell. Yeah, it's gonna take me a little bit to even get used to what I can do with this build. Like, why am I even bothering with my basic right now? Oh, that will help a lot. Give me this. Alright, that's huge. Alright, oh, now we can improve Knockout Boulder. Alright. Alright, so surefire rocket, knockout boulder. Ooh. And there he goes. Bye! Bye-bye, Thunder Mage. That's right, that's why I took Tidal Blast. God. No, I wasn't sure what to expect from this particular setup, so I set it up in a particular way, and now that I'm kind of reworking in my brain how exactly to make this work... No, stop with your basic. With this build, you don't need a basic. Yeah, old habits die hard. Watch, that'll be the name of the next Die Hard movie, and everyone will be like, seriously, guys? That's the best you can do? Old habits die hard? You mean like the habit of saying yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker? Is that the sort of habit we're talking about here? Or are we talking about non-habits? Do those die hard? There we go. I'm gonna figure this out. Because a run like this that has this kind of power, yeah, you can't really be losing a run like this. If I do, it's strictly because I'm just not used to it. Alright, what do you got for sale? I don't even know if there's anything there I want right now. So I suppose Rock and Roll could create like a near infinite combo. I don't have an electric spell, otherwise I'd be able to open that. I'll have to go back to Iris and see if she's got an electric spell for sale. Criminy. Suck that rock! Yeah, baby! Alright, now take the healing potion, because you need it. I've been taking a decent amount of damage, so this'll help me with this'll help with money problems. There, we'll start there, and hopefully we'll find an electric spell before the end of the floor. But if I don't, oh well. Hey, how about aim it the right direction? Christ, come on, brain, work with me here. We've got a job to do. We can't afford to be going all soft. But I'm a brain, I am soft. Beside the point. Oh, did I? How did I miss you? No electric for sale. Okay. That makes me a little sad. I am really not playing it very careful here. I've gotta backtrack and rewire myself here. Also, if I could maybe tell my brain to cut back on the bottle crinkling, that would be good. Ow. Good lord, they're fast. Okay, that is something I forgot. The enemies are faster. That might be part of the reason why I'm having a hard time keeping up with what's going on, is because the enemies are moving faster. So maybe an attack that has a wider range that I can essentially rapid cast. Either way, pass or fail this run, I'm still quite happy with the result of this setup, and it's something that I would like to practice with some more. It's just one of those things where when I'm using this setup, I have to essentially break my muscle memory, and that's what I'm having a problem with, because I'm used to having to use my basics during my cooldowns, but if you basically don't have cooldowns, then that strategy falls apart. So let me approach this from the standpoint of I can just do whatever I want. And also be a bit wary of the idea that the enemies are moving faster and doing more damage, which is why I'm kind of doing so poorly right now. Also, for some reason, my D-pad is acting funny, even though it is with the other controller. I don't get why you're doing this to me, D-pad. Stop, like, last second juking me to a diagonal direction when I don't want to fire in a diagonal direction. Oh, well, I guess you're not a mimic, so yay! Alright, there we go. Starting to get it. It's a little late for the Cartographer's Quill, I gotta admit. Obviously I need that. And the damage bonus from that won't be very high, but taking it anyway. I also forgot to take the Tipsy Gladius. Oops. Yeah, it's so many little mistakes adding up right now. So some of the things that I goofed up on, one could maybe say aren't little mistakes. Or, you know, maybe I should have taken just a longer range basic. Because the rest of my build isn't necessarily about getting up into the enemy's face, so why did I take Air Spinner? I'm an idiot. I mean, I'm aware of the idea that I'm trying to learn a completely new mindset for a really like specific build, but simultaneously I shouldn't be having this much issue. Yes, what I will say right now is that I'm having difficulty unlearning the usual muscle memory. Also, why am I having so much trouble with just throwing an attack straight up? There we go. Perhaps this controller's D-pad is a little more sensitive than I gave it credit for. Just perhaps. Interesting. Doesn't mean we don't have a weakness, but oh my. Rapid fire stalwart defenders. My goodness, my goodness. Okay, can you go away? Good lord. Alright. Well, I'm just gonna flat out say I'm probably gonna lose this run. I'm having a hard time doing something as simple as staying alive. And it's mostly because I'm not understand. I acknowledge the power of this build while simultaneously maintaining that I am probably not the right person to use it, because I've spent so long shaping the way that I play this game that even though I openly acknowledge that this build can be very powerful, I'm not sure I'm the right person to demonstrate that power because I've spent so much time building up the way that I play. Could also just be possible that I have the wrong spells, or perhaps just my controller screwed me over one too many times. I don't understand why this is supposed to be the one with the slightly more firm D-pad, but for some reason I go to aim a spell upwards and it's like, oh, you wanted to do that you want to do that diagonally, right? It's like, well, no, actually just the opposite of what you're saying. So perhaps for a build like this where you're just rapid firing a single spell, what you really need is something that's going to create just this giant area of effect. But Run isn't over yet. I haven't given up. I'm just acknowledging that defeat is likely. Yep, there we go. So, do I like this build? Yes, but I fully acknowledge that I'm probably not the right person to draw it out. So, you guys want to see me win with this build? Maybe offer some suggestions as to things that I did wrong, maybe some different relics to take. Is there a better spell for me to be using to focus down enemies in a wider range? Because for some reason my D-pad doesn't want me to focus in one direction. I don't know. This is a rare occurrence for me. Rarely do I lose a run. I feel like I'm losing my touch a little bit. So take this how you will, but regardless, I will be back with another build tomorrow, maybe even later tonight, depending on how I'm feeling about this. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments below, and I will see you guys all very soon. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I will be seeing you.